Good afternoon, y'all. It's me, N to the E to the D, over here at myphilippinedreams.com. It is Ned, and I am running solo today because Michelle actually left yesterday. No, not that kind of left. She has a wedding in Mindanao, so I dropped her off at the port yesterday morning, and she is off doing her wedding thing. Hopefully she won't come back with too many wedding plans, but we'll see what happens. Also, we had the Balugsan Festival just recently, this past week here in Dumaguete, and we saw some of this stuff over at the Capitol Center. They had like little booths and little exhibits set up for all this, representing all the little towns. They had Miss Negros Oriental, tourism, beauty pageant. You might have seen some of the practice footage from that. And yesterday, unfortunately, was the Grand Parade. And I thought it was today. I had it marked on my calendar for today, so I missed it. And from all the accounts and from everything that I've heard, it was pretty fantastic. Of course, the first thing that crossed my mind was, did Henry, go there and get the footage? So I sent him a text this morning like, Henry, did you go to the parade yesterday? And thankfully, he texted me back and said, no, he didn't find out about it until that night. So we both dropped the ball on that one. Next month, though, Henry, reminder, is the Dumaguete Fiesta, so hopefully we'll be getting some footage off of that. Those updates out of the way. I know for the past 3 days I've been talking about our Mabini misadventure that we went on, all the things that happened. We had the best laid plan in place, but like it oftentimes happened with the best laid plans, sometimes they fragment and fall apart. The worst part was, my back going out. I really compressed it. I don't know if it herniated or what happened. It's been about a month now, and it's a little bit better. So I'm hoping that it'll continue to get better. I'm doing lots of yoga and all that stuff. So we're going to take a break from the Mabini footage. There's actually some more that I want to show you. We actually did the canopy walk, which was pretty cool. It was that suspended walkways about 20, 30 meters above the ground. And also the accommodations that are at Mabini Cold Springs, which are actually really nice. So we'll be doing that over the next couple of days. But what I wanted to talk about was something that I've been meaning to talk about, but I waited for an opportunity for Michelle not to be here to talk about it. She actually knows about some of this. And what I'm talking about is there was a situation, I think back in January, December, where me and Michelle had broken up. We broke up for about a week, I think. I'm not sure exactly what it was. And, it was kind of cool. I was like, all right, now I'm free. I don't have the fetters of a, committed relationship. I'm in the land of milk and honey. It's like a kid in a candy store. I can do whatever I want. There's all these beautiful, available women. Let's have some fun. Plus, I didn't know too many people at that time, and I just wanted to meet people, just to like hang out, go out to dinner every now and then, do all that stuff. So a friend of mine gave me the number of this one young lady, and I texted her, and she lived about an hour away from Dumaguete, and she worked about 14 hours a day, 6 days a week, at a massage parlor. Not that kind of massage parlor, it was a legit massage parlor. And but she came into Dumaguete on Sundays or Saturdays. I forgot what it was. So I was like, well, let's meet up. And so we did that. We met at Robinson's Mall up in the food court. And she was cute, and she seemed very nice and very sweet. Her English wasn't that great, and I'm kind of an English elitist. I'm only an English elitist because I can't speak Tagalog, Ilonggo, Bisaya, or all the other languages that they speak here. Her English wasn't that great, but I was like, she's cute, she seems nice. And we were just talking and stuff. And she started talking about her work. And again, she works very long hours. Typically, she was putting in about 14 hours a day at this massage parlor, 6 days a week. And something to keep in mind is that many of the young women that you see working at the malls, at all these stores and everything, are working 6 days a week, about 12 even more hours a day. So they work really hard. Yeah, they're not, constantly busting their cojones and all that stuff, and a lot of times they're just standing around. But that's a lot of hours to put in. And she also said that she was the oldest daughter in the family, and she was the only breadwinner. She was the only one working. She actually had an older brother, but he didn't do a whole lot. And as we started to talk more and more and stuff, she said, money was tight in the family. There was a total of 5 people in the family, and that the vast majority of her money went for food for her family, to provide, for her family. And I needled her a little bit about that because I wanted some more information because I was curious, and I'm like, do you resent that sometimes? She's like, yeah, it would be nice to be able to spend the money that I earn on myself to get clothes or whatnot every now and then. And so it progressed, and at this point she basically said, I don't actually have to go back home till tomorrow. And she asked me where I lived. She asked me if I lived alone, if they were allowed guests. And I was able to put one and one together and came up with 3. And it was like, okay, so here's this opportunity. Here's this thing. I'm 12,000 miles. I'm in the land of milk and honey. And here's an opportunity here. But after, listening to her story and getting this feeling that there's a lot of underlying desperation. And this young, attractive woman, and I look at myself in the mirror sometimes, and yeah, everybody tells me I'm guapo, but my best days are behind me. Yes, I'm charming and witty and all that. No, not even that. So it was like I came to an epiphany, and I'm a little slow on the uptake, and it's like, okay, so she wants to get with me because she's hoping that I'll become her boyfriend and help support her family and help support her and all that. And that evil little devil popped up on my shoulder and was like, hey, you can take advantage of that. So yeah, that's cool. And, she's hoping that something's going to come out of it. And I'm like, one night and I'll see you later. And I realized that I couldn't do it. Here was this opportunity right in front of me, just basically saying, let's spend the night together. And I couldn't do it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a great person. I'm not I don't have incredible moral or ethical character or anything like that. Sometimes I can be a pretty nasty individual. I've hurt people in the past. I'm sure I'll hurt people in the future. But it was something about this situation that just gave me pause. And we basically just cut it off there. I said, well, I got some things I have to do and all this. And she sent me, and then we went our separate ways, and she sent me a text, you didn't think I was that attractive, and it just made me feel bad. I'm Irish Roman Catholic, and guilt plays a big role in my life. If I had pursued that, if I had done that, I would have felt bad. Just getting that text from her, made me feel bad. And it's tough. And then later on I found out that a lot of times in provincial areas, areas surrounding the bigger urban areas and some of the urban areas themselves, the eldest daughter bears the brunt of the responsibility of providing for the family. It's not the eldest son. The eldest son could be a standby. He could just be hanging around all day doing nothing. But it's the eldest daughter that has a lot of the responsibility for taking care of the family placed upon her shoulders. And that's a big burden to carry. And I guess it's part of society here, it's part of the culture. And it also makes them vulnerable to a certain extent. They're looking to leverage something from somebody who has some money so they can, what they call shoulder, take care of some of the, the economic and financial expenses and whatnot, in return for leveraging basically the only thing that they can leverage. And I came to the realization, sitting there in Robinson's, nice air conditioning by the way, that I just couldn't do that. And so again, we parted ways, and I felt relief. But I was also kind of pissed. I was like, man, this is the Philippines, and I'm a Kano, and they all assume certain things about us Kanos. Most of them aren't true. But I just couldn't do it. And again, it made me appreciate it. And so first there was that relief, and then there was that anger. It's like, damn, I can't do it. And then there was a great deal of appreciation and respect for these women who work so hard. And again, all you got to do is go down to the mall, and you can see them there 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, busting their humps for very little pay. And most of their money is going to their family. I respect that. We get upset, in the U.S., Uncle Sam's taking 33% of my income and stuff. But that's still leaving me with, my own share, my 66% or whatever it is. So again, sometimes it's just a matter of perspective. I'm not saying this to make myself look good or look like a nice guy or look like a, shining knight or whatever, because I'm not. It was just one of those points in my time here in the Philippines that I realized something deep and profound and disturbing. And it's just something that I found that I couldn't take advantage of. And I know there's lots of other people that can, but there are some that do. That's neither here nor there. I'm not here to judge anybody but myself. But I just thought I'd pass that on to you. If you are Filipino or Filipina, please do not take this personally. I'm speaking in general terms here. If you have anything to add about this, if you have personal experience in the pressures placed on eldest daughters or young women in the family to work and provide for the family, please contribute it, because I think it's important. So my hat's off to all these young women out there working hard to support their families. And it's only Saturday, but I kind of miss Michelle already. Yeah, I do miss Michelle. So anyways, next time, this is Ned, myphilippinedreams.com. Take care.